Historians, please be seated.
Good day, everyone. I am Professor Kasong. I am your teacher in history. Today, we will be discussing about historiography. Historians, please introduce yourselves and then cite your contributions on Philippine historiography. Let's start with you.
Hello, sir. I am Renata Constantino. I was born on March 10, 1990, and I am 8 years old. I am a Filipino historian and educator, and is known for being part of a leftist tradition of Philippine historiography, apart from being an historian. I was also engaged in foreign service working for the Philippine nation, to the United Nations, and the Department of Foreign Affairs.
Thank you, Mr. Constantino. Okay, next.
Good day, sir. I am Asuncion Alzano, 22. I was born in March 23, 1895 in Binyan, Laguna. Graduated at Columbia University in New York City. I was the first Filipina to fight for the women's right to vote, and I am the first Filipina to get a PhD. I wrote multiple biographies such as Paz Guanzon and Constantina Asuncion. That's all, sir.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Alzona. Okay, next.
Hello everyone, I am Paul Arthur Riddell, born on September 1945, in Chicago, Illinois, United States, and I am 77 years old. I am a professor of history of the Georgia Southern University and an executive director of the Association of Third World Studies from 1996 to 2002.
Thank you, Mr. Rodell. Okay, next.
Good day, sir. Good day, everyone. So, my name is Zeus Ataiza Salazar. I was born on April 29, 1934, and I am 88 years old. I am a Filipino historian, anthropologist, and philosopher of history, best known in pioneering an ethnic perspective in Philippine history called Pantayang Pananaw, earning the title Father of New Philippine Historiography. I finished my Bachelor of Academic in History at the University of Philippine Diliman and got my PhD in Ethnology at Sorbonne University of Paris, France in 1968. I think that is all.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Fabelia. Okay, next.
Good day, everyone. I am Shador Endala Consilio. I am 72 years old, born in November 9, 1912 in Lemory, Batangas. I obtained a bachelor's degree in philosophy from the University of the Philippines in Manila and a master's degree in the arts from the same university.
Thank you, Mr. Salazar. Okay, next.
Good day. I'm Gabrielle Fabelia. I was born in 1898. I studied in University of Philippines, Manila. I was the founder and the first president of Philippine Historical Association. I was the former member of Philippine National Assembly and a prominent Filipino historian during 20th history. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Agoncillo. And lastly, we have...
Good day, everyone. I am Juan R. Francisco. I was born on March 13, 1956, and I am 96 years old. I am a Filipino archaeologist who discovered the Maranao version of Ramayana that is native to the Philippines. Thank you.
I authored some 67 books which were later adopted as a textbooks for high school and colleges. I also authored more than 500 articles in history published in both national and international newspaper and academic journals.
Thank you, historians. And now that you have introduced yourselves, please cite your contributions on the Philippine historiography. May we start with Mr. Constantino?
I am famously known because my name is inscribed on Wall of Remembrance at the Philippines Batayan ng mga Bayani, or also known as Monument of Heroes. I wrote around 30 books and numerous pamphlets and monograms. Among of my well-known books are A Past Revisited and the Continuing Past. I also wrote The Making of a Filipino, or a biography of Claro and Recto. And lastly, The Essential Cañada with statesman and Senator Lorenzo M.
Thank you, Mr. Constantino. Okay, Miss Alzona.
I authored several books on the history of the Philippines. In 1955, I co-founded the Philippine Historical Association, a professional organization of historians. In 1985, I was given the name of the highest honor of being the Scientist National of the Philippines. That's all.
I authored some 67 books, which were later adopted as a textbooks for high school and colleges. I also authored more than 500 articles in history published in both national and international newspaper and academic journals.
Well, I have more contribution. My main research interests are wood history and Southeast Asian studies, with a special emphasis on the Philippines. I contributed to various studies in the history of the study of Southeast Asia.
Is that all? I published my seminal work, Revolt of the Masses, the story of Bonifacio and the Katipunan, a history of the 1896 Katipunan led revolt against Spanish rule and its leader, Andres Bonifacio. I garnered acclaim for this book, as well as criticism from more conservative historians discomfited by the work's nationalist bent.
Well, I'm pretty sure that I am the best historian among all of us.
Because my contribution in Philippine history is when on 1962, the change of Philippine independence from July 4, 1946 to June 12, 1889, which the day when Emilio Aguinaldo proclaimed the country's independence from Spanish in Tawid, Cavite. From this achievement, I became the father of June 12 Independence Day, and that is my contribution in Philippine historiography.
Everybody, calm down. I think we can all agree that I'm the best because I contributed the most in Philippine historiography. I mean, come on. I am a Filipino historian, anthropologist, and philosopher of history. I don't think you know, but I am the one who authored Pantayong Pananaw, earning me the title Father of New Philippine Historiography. I also graduated on the University of Paris in 1968 and the University of Philippine Delina on 1955. My main research are interests in world history and Southeast Asian studies, with special emphasis on the Philippines. I published Culture and Customs of the Philippines in 2002 and contributed various studies in history of the study of Southeast Asia. So I think I can agree, and you guys also know that I'm the best historian.
Historians, that concludes today's class. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you.